Hello, my name's Becky. I'm the co-founder of Talking Dogs Rally. I have training classes for Rally 3 times a week, as well as being the main judge, and I also go around the country and give workshops as well. This is Sandy. She's going to be my demo dog for today, and what we're going to do is I'm going to take you through 3 signs. The green signs, that's level 1, which is on lead. And then we have a level 2 sign, which is the stop, stand, walk around. We've introduced a pre-level 2, which will be on lead, but also I'll show you the exercise off lead as well. This exercise is done with the dog either on your left or your right. Your dog stays in its position, either a sit, a down, or stand, and you walk around them. You can walk anti-clockwise or clockwise. It's entirely up to you. A lot of times it depends on which side the dog is actually on. Today we're going to start with the stop, walk around, and when we say stop, what we mean is the dog must sit at your heel position. And again, it's either going to be on the left or it's going to be on the right. So I'm going to bring her in front of me. I'm going to see if I can get her to stay. And this is how we teach our puppies. I'm going to click and treat if she stays there. Good girl. So I do want her to get up to move as well. So I'm going to ask her for a stay and then a go play, because I want her to move out of the position. So we're going to practice that again. Sit, stay. And I'm just going to pause slightly, just so she gets it. I'll walk, just so she knows that I'm moving, and she stays. So she gets a click treat for that because she stayed. I've got one more treat, and I'm just going to go play. Now I don't have to click that because the dog's just going to naturally move. So what I've done here is I've just reminded Sandy what the stay is and how you can start working on the stay. So back to her heel position, sit, stay. You might just step once, go back, click treat. Good girl. All right, so we'll try that again. So we step forward, sit, stay. I'm going to step in front twice, and I'm going to go back. Click treat. So what the click treat does is it means that I've paused just ever so slightly when I've gotten back to her side so that she doesn't move. She knows that she must stay in that position. Heel. We're going to step forward. Stay. Now I'm actually going to walk backwards. And she knows that she's just got to stay. Click treat. Very good. So now I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to walk a little bit more behind her. And back. Very good, Sandy. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk all the way around. Now, take your time. You're not going to get this finished product to begin with. So it might be that you just work on the step forward and the step back for a couple of days. Then you might move a couple of more feet around and then a couple of more. So over 2 or 3 days. So take your time with it. Once they're good at this one and you can walk both ways around them, then you know you've got the finished product. So step forward, heel, sit, stay. Doesn't matter that Sandy's a little bit behind me. That's quite all right, because in Rally that doesn't matter as long as I could touch her. I'm back by her side. Just pause, click, treat. Good girl, go play. And I'm going to release her now. Go play. There you go. Good. So that's your stop walk around. So I'm going to show you where Sandy should ideally be positioned. Sit. So that's where you'd like to be positioned, because remember, I've got to walk in between her and that cone. So that first cone is where you'd want to be positioned. So sit. We're going to practice. So I've practiced it on the left. Let me try on the right. 1 step forward. Click treat. She stays there. Stay. Oh, you're going to get up. So we know that she's not got quite as solid a stay on this side, so this side's more unfamiliar. Sit, stay. I'm going to step back, step forward. Good. Good girl. Stay. I'm going to step. Good girl. Click treat again. Good. She's doing really good. So you see, so we'll put her back into position. Sit, stay. I'm going to walk 1, 2, and back. Oh, good girl. So this time, let's see if we can go backwards. So I'm going to get, good girl. We like this. That's really nice. So we're going to try it again. I'm going to try going all the way around. And we have it. Good. Slight pause. Go play. So I'm going to let her go. Okay. Now, although she's just a little bit less finished on the right side to the left, because she's used to training, she gets used to learning. So it doesn't take as long to learn something if you're working on a new side or new position. But again, take it step by step. So Sandy got up through that. So I just repositioned her, put her in her stay, reminded her what her stay was, and then we worked it around. So again, you won't get it as quickly, or you possibly as quickly. So just take your time while you're doing the exercise, because it is slightly different working the dog on the left to the right, as is anything. But again, we want to balance up the dog and yourself so that they're used to working no matter what side you put them on, whether it's the left or right. So that's the sit, walk around. When we work on the other two signs, work through the positions the same way, and you would start in front if you wanted to, and then you would just, again, take yourself gradually through it. Remember that although they can do a sit stay, it doesn't necessarily mean that they can do a down stay. So always look at each individual exercise in its own merit and make sure that it's solid before you move on to the next thing. So it could be that when Sandy's lying in a down, that perhaps she's a little bit more vulnerable going around the back. So just be careful in that and be mindful of that. So you want to practice the down on this side as well as that. Now, there's a stop sign on the down as well. So that means that Sandy must go into a sit first, then a down. So they don't go directly into a down for that one. So then we move on to the stand as well. So you're going to train it the same way, get them used to it. Now the stand is going to be harder. So with this one, they shouldn't move any paws out of place. They can shift their weight a little bit on either of the paws, but they shouldn't move. Stay. Look at that. So you will get that. And again, I would practice it steps at a time, and I would go both in the front as well as behind. Good girl. Good. Go play. And give them a break. As much as you need a break as well, but give them a break. So if you're not ready to set them up for the next one, let them go play and release them so that they don't get used to coming out of their stand. So left and right, same thing. Now, if your dog moves its feet, some of the faults that you can get are the station not completed, that's 5. If they sit down or if they lie down, and then you ask them to do the sit again, that's counted as what we call an extra position, meaning the dog did want something that they shouldn't have. But as long as you've completed the station and the dog's back in its sit, that's fine. It's just an extra position, which is 2-point loss. Remember, pre-level 2, you can use the lead, but if it's a level 2 station, you'd take the lead off and work your dog without a lead.